Oh, we are back for part two. So, life happened, and there's going to be a little cut when you see this on the internet, but I'm Acularius. You're back playing Caveman2Cosmos, episode 3. Good times. And as always, this is Terminal Conflict by Strategy Mill. Maybe I'll get another soundtrack in the future. But the playlist is pretty good, and it does a pretty solid job of offering background noise, well, background music. Now we'll slowly get better at the science kind of stuff as we go along here. Sumeria's in the lead, but I wonder if they are spending. Well, I guess we lost the small espionage bonus that we had against them. Yeah, probably caught up enough. Shame. We can only see what they're researching, but I'm assuming since they're doing that, they're spending some of their money on espionage, so hopefully we can sneak by them. Scooch on by on the tech. We got the Oink recently. Anything here that I really need? I mean, I'm in no rush to get the pig. With the scavenging camp, it would only give me one more. Similar to the rice. Huh. Okay. No rush to pick that back up. Nah, I'd just tell the game to prioritize production, because really production is like the most important thing. Followed by science. Those are my priorities. The next one is food or culture, depending what I need. That's just how I rank the game. If I was playing against a player, I might have to change up my strategy. Welcome back, meme. I'm glad you can be back. Just had to do a few things in the background here. Turned out that it rounded out to a neat half hour, so, that worked out. But creation myth, let's get some more science. No, we were doing so well. We were going to beat the Sumerians. Why? Hello, Acularius. I see you're doing well in technology. It'd be a shame if I stop that. And so it did. Reading something where the main character invents electricity before the sword. Oh. Sounds like a light novel. I'm not sure what. Actually, that seems pretty legit. Or manga. That was based off a light novel. Probably an isekai, which is fine. I have a weakness for those. That's fine. I find myself actually reading more often than I watch media. Like I'm either reading a light novel, regular novels, reading manga, or I'm playing a game or streaming a game. So, or I'll be or I'll have like a game YouTuber or history YouTube off to the side, or a podcast. Dr. Stone. Okay, fair enough. Like, I've seen enough in other world stories, isekais, which I know I'm pronouncing wrong, potentially. Where, you know, some weird shit has happened. Dr. Stone, Civilization, the anime. Well then. I guess I need to go read that. Cause why the heck not? Reminds me of the Brentafloss song, Learn to Write Before You Can Read. Oh, 57 AD, so it's like a post-apocalyptic setting.
Successful hunt is this. Make sure your prey gives up before you do.
I mean, this with the Doomsday soundtrack going on in the background, like, that sounds rather ominous. The secret to a successful hunt: make sure your prey gives up before you do. Motherfucker. Yeah, post-apocalyptic. I mean, 5700 AD, and you're reinventing electricity for potential, you know, melee weaponry like the sword. I'm pretty sure you're rather fucked. I mean, manga that really stick out to me that I'm currently reading, Black Lagoon, when they release stuff. I own a bunch over there, but the recent pace of Black Lagoon chapters, rather paltry. It's a shame because I really love that one. That's not an isekai or anything, that's just a really good series that I always recommend. I mean, it's Japanese manga. Of course it's gonna be katana. Oh, sword? Posers. Straight to the katana. Let's go to the most difficult weapon to produce. I mean, guns is pretty good. Reminds me of okay, it's different, but it's the Ring of Fire series by crap. David Drake or Eric Flint? Something Drake. Now it's gonna bother me. It's a pretty good alternate history. You take basically you take a subsection of like coal mining Virginians, I think, and their town is magically transported to like Europe during the religious war. So you have Gustav Adolphus going around, and they're making the United States of Germany. I need to get back into reading that. That was a good, fun series. Otherwise, manga-wise, I'm like the big in thing, with like Boku no Hero Academia. Like, it's not bad. It's enjoyable. I've been reading that since it started coming out. Basically, when the hero praise was at its peak. I mean, something similar to that. King Arthur times. Well, maybe not King Arthur times. That's a bit of a stretch. And then the dreaded music stopped. We're in South Asia? South Asia. So, was the Excalibur alternative by David Weber? Yeah, David Weber. I just look over, check out the book. It's like, that's Weber, right? Yeah, that's Weber. Good. Where these aliens like pick up an English company going to France during the 100-Year War. Oh, hey, Clan Hawkins. How's it going? Yeah, I love David Weber. After Isaac Asimov, he is one of my favorite writers. Just for like fun to read books. I kind of hope he does a sequel to The Empire of the Ashes. I've reread that a few times. It's just enjoyable to read. Are you talking to me? Or Glenn Hawkins for light novels? I do. I even have an app, like a few apps. Yeah, I read light novels. My dirty pleasure, like, is Danmachi. I was like trying to say the English title, and the book is so far away that it's hard to read. I enjoyed that one because it's spin on mythology. But what got me into light novels was way back with Haruhi Suzumiya. And there are a couple others actually. I gotta rack my brains. Lock Horizon was fun. I like a lot of isekais. I'm one of those dreaded people perpetuating that trend still. But some of them can be rather unique. Yeah, actually, I have Release That Witch followed on this web novel app on my phone. Basically, one of the things that I read a lot. There are a couple other things on there that I like to read as well. Literally, I think it's just called web novel. Yeah, it's called web novel. Naming. Let's see here. Let's go get that pig. Oh god. I took a break from reading it for a while. AKA I got a new phone as well. I think I was a couple hundred chapters in. Oh, okay. They're at the end of it now, eh? It's been a while since I'm at the point where I need to reread it again, and it's an enjoyable series, so I'll likely do that. Yeah, only a couple? I'm not entirely sure. It's been a while since I've sat down and, solidly, checked where I was at. Yeah, only a couple. 100 chapters later. Don't get me started. Reading is my, an enjoyable thing. We got that Gatherer pumped out in a bit. Let's get bugs. I mean, tracking's coming up. Trackers are kind of a waste of money. Go get that pig. Yeah, Release That Witch is good. Definitely recommend that series. Yeah, also because it's kind of hard to write for that kind of setting. I'll give credits where it's due. I really like the characters, and this is where light novels have a little strength. There's a lot more depth usually in character development. There's a lot more focus on that. Maybe not depth. Depth is probably the wrong word, because then I get things like Sword Art Online, where Kirito is like the Bella from Twilight. He's just a blank slate. Whereas Roland has a lot of personality and is a fun little character.
One who walks in another's tracks leaves no footprints.
Modern fantasy is hard. Case in point, there's a book, again, David Weber, Hell's Gate. It's basically, you have a multiverse theory going on there, connected by these, gates. Portals, I would say. No bigger... I don't know, I can't remember what the size was. Either way, eventually, you have, opposite end spectrals, where you have, a magic world with, some... I don't know, its own set of technologies, and then you have a more industrial world. I would say World War One, and you have like dragons going against like Gatling guns. Huh. Well, cell phones are pretty important actually, but communications technology is pretty important. With that, in Empire of the Ashes, in the third book, I think, because Empire of the Ashes is a compilation of the 3 books of that series. Mutineer's Moon, I think it's Armageddon Inheritance is the 3rd one. Sounds about right. Either way, spoilers. Basically, they're on another planet that basically hard-capped itself after apocalypse had happened on a galactic scale. And, you know, they were marooned on this planet. They needed to get the Holy Sanctuary that had, you know, functioning tech, but to the natives at that point, it was like the voice of God. You know, Arthur C. Clarke's one rule, you know, technology sufficiently advanced enough is indistinguishable from magic, or something along those lines. Either way, that's another good author. I recommend a lot of those books. Actually, yeah, that reminded me of Release That Witch. They actually did do the in-between. Like, cell phones is a lot of infrastructure there. The towers, the technology, the rare earth material manufacturing. Like, there's a lot that goes into a cell phone. Huh. Yeah, the Swords and Electricity guy. I don't know, cell phones seem a bit of a stretch. Like, of a jump. That's why I really enjoyed Release That Witch, is you can see the pains that they're trying to... Trails isn't so important yet. Well, heck. This isn't bad. Tracker's alright. He's rather fragile still. Like, I could spend two ticks doing this, so that's fine. Not much else I can do with my productivity at the moment. Do they have steam engines by chapter 20? Yeah, they did have gunpowder, remember that. But there's like, it starts rather small scale, and the biggest complaint is like he doesn't have enough iron or like the materials to do it properly. He has to rely on Hannah, the witch with like baller ass control. Is like a fantastic character actually. Really comes over her own as that series develops. A couple other characters in there, like the acrobatic group, Fox, I think. He was another favorite character of mine. Was it Fox? Yeah, probably Fox. I can't remember all the names, and sometimes like I remember like their pseudonyms more than like their nicknames more often than not. But Anna was a strong one because she was a pretty interesting character. How can you tell I've not looked away from my starting city? The map slowly comes in view. He only really has Hunter 1. I really would like to save these horses until later. Well, we're gonna take along the scout with us, so hopefully it keeps that tracker alive longer. We're gonna build another scout. Yeah, I think the last thing I was reading, I think, in Release That Witch was something about, distinctly remember, like, propaganda with movies. Oh, well, there goes one scout. I think that was the free scout. I hope that was the free scout. Yep, that was the free scout. Oh, man. Oh, son of a... That was a panther. Kind of panther. Like, how big was this panther? I don't know. Sounds rather singular. Rather strong. Oh, god damn it. I was hoping he'd be a little bit weaker, but apparently he is, strong. Yeah. Well. That's one way to... Yeah, I can't remember, like, what chapter I was. You stopped paying attention in the chapters, and you're just like, give me more! It was a good read. I definitely recommend that series.
The way to become rich is to put all your eggs in one basket, and then watch that basket.
Yeah, we'll put the hammer production. I mean, yeah, 3.0 which will only be on Twitch, by the way. Have a bit more fun with the titles, or try to have a bit more fun with the titles on Twitch. I treat YouTube as an archive, so it's a lot more case in point. And most people don't really read the full titles, except for, like, pedantic things. I'm gonna get, like, maybe a comment or two telling me that I'm wrong. But, you know, that's impressive. They made it 22 minutes into the video, so props to them. They have full right to make that comment. If they made it past all this talk of me going through Release That Witch, David Weber's, like, novels, Ring of Fire. Mostly I just like that stuff. Yeah. So, the world is rather violent. Also, I think that scout killed my horse. That asshole. I wanted that horse. So, maybe we'll wait a bit. I don't think we're strong enough to venture out into the crazy wild. It's fine. Annoying, but fine. If we can find some weak animals around a border, that'll be okay. Well, the horse is still around. Oh my god, everything is angry. Dear god, 4.0 strength. Just calm down. Relax. Yeah, no, you're right. 56 tank? That sounds rather weak. Is that like the early tank? Without being merged together? That's actually probably about right. Because I'm thinking... I have like the first level pikeman actually, before it goes to heavy pikeman. And I think those, with a couple upgrades, sit around like 14.5 with just 3 in a unit. Use 3 together. No, you're probably right. That actually sounds about right. And it really depends on the tank. Units... Industrial? I mean, we can get like some steam tanks. Yeah, with the steampunk culture. It's hit or miss with my opinion on these. Like, I like the concept, but I... Very what if. Maybe it's the next era. Maybe early tank? It's not. Guess it's atomic. I saw some tank. So, tank? Oh, tank! Yeah, here's a U-boat. Scourge of the sea. Electric tanks. Modern tank. Okay. Yeah, I did see the modern tanks and the main battle tank. What, upgrades the modern tank? Modern armor. Yeah, there we go. As far as aluminum wares. So, 105 strength. Modern armor. Electric tank is at 140. Goes into the dreadnought armor, which is the last line of tanks. Really? Costs 150 gold a turn. At that point, you probably make a ton of gold anyway, but that's just an impressive cost. Is there a limit on these units? Oh, that would be up here. Ah! Can only exist on Earth, so we can't have dreadnought tanks on the moon. Damn. Yeah, you have millions upon millions of gold by then. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Heck, I've like in my side game that I have, like I make about 2,500 or so a turn. And I get to like 1 million rather quickly. So I'm just buying wonders. Speeding along the production of my capital, because it's become a unit production hub. It produces good units. So that's where a lot of my XP stuff is. Yeah. Like, I remember getting to the speed, like, later in the tech line on earlier Caveman2Cosmos, but there wasn't like a map like this, where you actually have a space map. I think that's much more recent, that I've actually, tried it. Remember the days when it took more than more turns to produce wonders? Yeah. I mean, I'd imagine it gets to the point where we're just so productive. Like, when you look at the tech tree, the cost of, like, techs looks enormous, like, by the standards I'm at now, right? But when we get there, it's not gonna be that far off. And I think right now the reason why Samaria is considered better than me is they just have more population. Yeah. Much more population. Mostly because I focus on production. But that's not even the case. Like, it's still on the most food productive tile, and I've got this set to emphasize production. What can you do? Because I think we're on a higher difficulty now. I can't remember what those entail.
Steps on a trap. No more trap.
Pretty good proverb. Pretty sure if an elephant steps on anything, there's no more of that. There's more hammer. Eventually we'll want baskets from the Mega Child crew. For now, we're gonna just pick up the trap, put that in my queue. I mean, I didn't like Civ 5. I didn't really like Civ 6 all too much. The last expansion, Gathering Storm, kind of made me enjoy it a little bit, I'll be honest. But that's because Gathering Storm, like, made the map feel alive. And it made it feel a little bit more dynamic. Is it better than, like, the 4? I would say yes in some ways and no in others. Like, you could do a lot more with Civ 6, but you also can't. Like, it's just a lot more limited. I don't think you have access to the DLLs. The DLLs, the dynamically linked libraries, yet. And that's when I think Civ 6 will come of its own, like, do really well. Definitely get some solid mods for it. Yeah, Civ 6, Civ 5 I did not like at all. And I've looked at some of the mods. They're alright, but I kind of expect things like Caveman2Cosmos. I like a lot there. The AI felt a little better in 6 with Gallery Storm, or maybe I'm going crazy. Might be going crazy, actually. Yeah, I have Civ 6, and I have installed mostly so I can play a mod, see the development of Caveman's mod. Which I actually recommend checking out if you're a fan of Caveman2Cosmos, because they're both really good in their own way. Like, I like the ideas behind it. As it develops, it'll probably be another solid competitor for mods that I love playing. Right up there with Neo and Taxes. Give me hunting. I do like the changes to Civ 6 with Gallery Storm. I mean, yeah, Civ 6 did introduce future content, but not a whole lot, but more than I think Civ 5 did. But then again, I got bored of Civ 5 pretty quickly. Maybe I'm not remembering it correctly. Yeah, it's not much. Like, not compared to Beyond the Sword. Heck, Beyond the Sword even came with like a whole scenario, which was pretty impressive at the time. And you had like, what? Like major civilizations that you could choose to start off, like the American civilization. Ow, sorry, that was my desk and my ankle. I'm gonna regret that one. Either way, it was just impressive to play. Oh, did Civ 5 have more? Okay, fair enough. I didn't like Civ 5 a whole lot, so I didn't like delve into it. Like Caveman2Cosmos was just A New Dawn were just too good, and Civ 5 was rather lackluster. Civ 4 was still better off overall. Fair enough. I gotcha. I do like. I want to see if they do any more expansions for it. I think Gathering Storm was a step in the right direction. I would love if they brought some future content to it, like Beyond the Sword. I like Civ Sheraton, I'll have you know. Yeah, I heard about that talk, about the release of an expansion. Actually, I think we were talking about it on the C2C Discord, or at least that's where it popped up. Also, there's that tech. This is Caveman2Cosmos, Sheraton. It's really good. I mean, I'm not gonna say Caveman2Cosmos is easy. There's a learning curve to it, but once you know it, it's pretty simple. Hammers matter most of all, followed by science. Depending on the game you want to play, food or culture, and then money. Well, money is usually more important, but 39 is rebalancing a lot of the civics, right? So it doesn't look like we're doing fantastic amounts with our money. Like, I found money, but as this game progresses, you're gonna notice that I will have a lot of cash in my bank, buckets of ducats. as a Roomba would say. This is Cation's large space map. It's pretty solid, actually. And it looks like the starts are all pretty balanced. Yeah, nations don't have traits. You get to choose them. And as more buildings unlock and we get more culture, we'll soon get to do one. Right now we need 1,255 more before we get to choose our first trait. Yeah, we get to choose AI. Yeah, because where is it? Leadership? Great. So we get to choose from this huge ass fantastic superb list, which is the main feature of 39. Version 39, done by the C2C team. I think Thunderbird, but it probably had a lot of help with others. But at least someone please correct me, but I think it was mostly. But look at all this. This is great. Yeah. It's like a kid in a candy store. Oh, so many choices. What will you do? Likely my first choice will be culture. Second choice will be one that I don't know. It's against the AI. I chose the pre-supported version of Civilization 4 because it works better with Caveman2Cosmos. So. Let's see here. Let's get the basket weaver. I mean, hunting's pretty close, but we'll get the basket weaver so we're set up for Omega Child's Hut. Okay. Either way, they're really good production building in the early game. Ha, suckers, I already have that. Hunting! Was this good? Can't remember. It's been a while since I've been this early. Usually the early game civic choices are yes. This is a yes. And revolution. It's because we're small. That's why the changes are so quick, but as we grow, it's not going to be that easy. I mean, you would have to. I think Thunderbird plays with his wife. I'm gonna say wife. With this game. I think. Maybe I'm remembering someone else. But there is multiplayer of this game. And it's good. Like, I really recommend it. It's a fun game, and it's more fun with people. But scheduling is like the nightmare of most people who try to set up games. You might have better luck. Steal the tracker? Really? Well, we could screw the world over and hire this unbalanced guy. 27 turns, but he's God. So we're gonna do that. No upgrade yet? Alright, it's the first time since I've loaded up. Let's put that down prehistoric for now. Hunting? Did that not unlock a new thing? Oh. Yeah. Everything around me is gonna murder me. Except that. Let's go for that. And the pheasant. I mean... Yeah, progress. Empire Earth is classic. I remember when I was younger getting that game, and at Christmas, I did not sleep. I just played that, and then it was morning. So, I have fond memories of that game, and the memes. The early memes of the burrito and the nuclear explosion. That's right. In the before times of social media, we still had memes. It was just on forums. Horse. Yeah, see, we've already, like... okay, we're not killing that. Ah, we can kill this. Yeah, we subdued that bitch! Yes! I'm not gonna save it. If this is like anything like my other game, as ooh. No, we want science. Who am I kidding? Normally I save them because later on when you get like animal husbandry, canine domestication actually, you could settle that to have a local source of horse where you settle. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we can get enough experience on this hunter, this tracker, that he doesn't die so easily. That's my hope. And if we can get enough big animals like horses and stuff. I think I did Rise of Nations after Empire Earth. I think that's been a long time. I don't know. Then I didn't really play a whole lot of games for a while. And then my one friend got me into Hearts of Iron 2. And then Paradox sucked all the rest of my time for a long time. And then I discovered AGOT games, so... Yeah, Age of... Oh no, StarCraft, you're right. I did play that quite a bit when I was younger. Come back to me, bear. I have to kill you before you potentially get stronger and kill me. It's me or you, bear. It's all you. Another thing to note. The reason why I'm choosing this Hunting 3 is... 1, it makes it stronger against animals by a lot, but it does weaken him. 2, like, first strikes are good, always. And we have, if you look at the bottom there, you know, plus 40% to subdue animals. So we're more likely to subdue an animal, and we're far less likely to kill it. Praetorians was great. I played that game. And the reason why I'm ignoring this son of a bitch is he's, strong. Also, there's just a lot of them. Strong is probably... Ooh. What did I find? Caribou? Well... Thankfully it didn't spawn combat, because he would have killed us. I mean... I like the Romans in that game, but I also really like the German tribes, because those cavalry were strong as heck. Yes! Oh, we subdued it too. Nice. This is actually a pretty good one. Early game. Healthcare units like medics and doctors get more experience, but again, science. Yeah, the German cav that could run through trees. That's why they were strong. Because I think trees were normally like barriers to most units. But they can just go right through them, and they're like heavy cavalry. They were fantastic. And then I was into Paradox games. Discover Hearts of Iron 2, followed by Crusader Kings. Not 2, the first one. There's a mod for that. And then Victoria, that was good. It's a bit hard to get into now because a lot of the control standards, like,
Smoke the herb, it reveals you to
that
yourself.
was also micromanagement hell. But it was also really good. There's also a solid mod for it, and it was great. Downside is you could produce whatever you want and just kind of dumped into the market, whether it was like bought or not. That was the big difference. Yeah, Total War Rome was good. And then I discovered Europa I'll bite my tongue. Europa Barbarorum? Barbarorum? I can't seem to pronounce that right now, so... Oops. Yeah. The extra strength is actually a really good idea. And there's no more hunting things to grab, so that we will get. Kill the pheasant! We subdued it. Excellent, more science. Really? Guess I've already subdued one before. I guess. I don't remember that. Prehistoric music. One's already on prehistoric day. Rimworld's pretty good. But I tend to favor Factorio more, because I like building. It's a weakness of mine. City builders, I also quite enjoy. Like, when I play these empire building games, like, I'm in it to build an empire, not to color a map. Building an empire is just, you know, what you need to, you know, have an empire. It was more like, definitely when you get into something like Victoria 2, where you're conquering, you know, places for more resources to keep your industry expanding. Nah, Factorio Vanilla is pretty quick. When you get to things like Angel Bogs, Hyanodon, then it gets to be forever. Definitely if you do it on Marathon. We finally got that population though, and health is actually in a surplus. Like, I don't think we'll have a health issue for a long time. Most of it's just from civics right now. And it just kind of slows you down, so it's good, but I need that population. Can we do it? Yes. Are we working? The food. Even though we're like told it to go focus on production, going all in on that food. Factorio was alright, but that was mostly just enjoyable for me with friends. I think I want to get this, mostly so our hunters are better from the game. At the same time, science. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the ass. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things that had so much to Factorio. Like Factorissimo. Literally build factories inside of factories. And my Factorio binges always start with, like, Arumba releasing a new series with Steejo and his friends. Usually involves Steejo, but there's also Lambert. And Skippy the Squirrel, that's right. Yeah, warehouses. But you can just keep, if I remember correctly, you can build a Factorissimo warehouse thing, and then you can build another one inside of it, and another one inside of it, and you just keep going down. Please don't kill me. Heal up, please. Because who knows if there's something out there that's trying to eat you. I think I've picked up a lot of, I hope, decent building habits from watching Roomba. Or at least I've been, like, had strokes of genius, like, oh, that's a good way of doing that. Because I think he plays it a lot more than I do. Like, I just come to it every so often to, like, kick back and relax. And just build. It's a giant puzzle. And it's fun. Well, the other thing about playing Factorio is all the controls, because like hotkeys are a must in that game, and there's a lot of quality of life mods. Like, I don't think I could go back to playing the vanilla without Far Reach. Like, Far Reach is just so nice. Well, there's only 7 on this map. When you have too many 8, like, we're playing Civ 4, right? So, and we're playing Caveman2Cosmos, so the more players you add, as we get further on in the game, you're going to find that these turn times are going to be longer, like the resolution between turns. It's going to be a lot longer. Do I want to pick up Pursuit now? We could get Strength to offset the fact that, oh, that gets rid of my Subdue though. Oh, hold on. I could get Woodsman though. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. There are 7 in total on this map. There's one of every culture set. There's one, like, I'm the Asian one. There's the Middle East, European, Africa, North and South America. And what I'm talking about is... Oh, here we go, Native Culture Asia. Basically, every culture that you build... Like, I built the Himedu culture, which unlocks this guy I'm building right here. I'm gonna take a stab and go Shenjun, something like that. It's buildable because I built the culture Himedu, or Himudu. And some cultures like give you bonuses to certain wonders, construction speed, some powerful units down the line. Cause population's pretty important still. And I have a fair amount of buildings that give me hammers. I built this legendary landscape, the Meadowcroft Rock Shelter. Productive-wise, I don't think I'm doing... I am actually at the bottom of the barrel. Someone's rocking 39. And we're behind on population, which will allow us to work more tiles. And it takes a long time to grow population. I wonder how the AI is producing 39. I need the population. Population is pretty good early game. As you get further on in the game, you get more food production, but in the beginning, food is really good. And there's a lot of... Like, those 3 hammers are useful, but I'd argue that those the food it's collecting is just as useful. We can get another population, and in the early game, population is very important. Could I take and hold another city without going bankrupt? I mean, this guy's strong enough to do it, is he not? Oh yeah, with 33% extra city attack. Definitely. Do I have a healer? There's no defensive buildings yet. I most still have a tribal guardian. It's at 2 strength. Even if we double that, that's only like 100%. 11 strength is good. Unit is broken. So we're gonna use it. As Kation said, This is fixed in the SVN version. So if you want to do that, you can always do that. But it's a very good team. Yeah. Yeah, yes and no, Sheraton. Like, in this game, you're gonna have cities that get up to... I remember in old C2C where it had, like, cities of size 33. Like, food is more important now, but... Trust me, we'll be better than the AI. I mean, yeah, you're right. Only 33. Laugh. But, I think that was like a Renaissance city. Before I started playing this again, like, it's been a while.
I am a futurist, but ironically, my two daughters tell me that my taste in music is positively prehistoric.
Keep forgetting to let people give time so people can read the text. This allows future buildings in the future. Culture is good though, like really good. But we also need the food, so we'll get that. And then we'll get you and you. Yeah. So we're gonna go off and conquer Samaria. Man, they already managed to automate iron production? What are they doing? Playing Factorial? I'm gonna kill you, elephant. Mostly because you're in the way. Aha! But this guy will be good up until the classical era, actually. So... chance of capture is good. I like that. I like healing and more experience. So, more experience is always good. And when this guy is old, we can settle him down in the city as a great general or something. Military instructor. Yeah. I'm just saying that, like, even these units have, like, a purpose well after their time has passed. More what I was getting at. Okay. That's not bad. But I want them to be stronger. And get more experience, because we're going to use them to kill things. I mean, the spouse is a pretty solid choice. Ooh, movement range. Ah, damn it. There's so many things where we'll get the spouse. Because experience. All the things. Ah, screw it. You've got a lot of health and you're the strongest thing on this planet. Really, Samaria is that just a spy? Yeah, just a spy. Otherwise, they have a lot more strength than me, and that's concerning. They build a hero unit? Where was that? Settings? Ah, no, that's not it. Go. Go. Actually, does culture show up here? Ooh, Neanderthal. Okay, someone has this. But not Sumeria, so I don't know why they are stronger than me. That's something I really liked about Civ 4 is the espionage system. It was actually not bad. Like, pretty decent. You get a lot of information from it. There seems to be weak, huntable things down in this general direction, so let's continue exploring that way. No, I want the science. Pheasants are a dime a dozen in this game, and I can settle them down later with poultry husbandry or domestication. I can't remember the correct term. And you can, get a local source of chicken. Doesn't like that. Later on, fry it up. So good. Gets battered. Badger. Badger. Mushroom. Okay, I'll stop. Anyway, in theory, win for lose, if I remember, is based on the amount of cities you have compared to other people. And I think it gives you a tech lead, or maybe it does work that way. Basically, it's a negative feedback loop. The further you get ahead, the more kind of rubber bands your enemies to get closer to you. Similar to the blue shell in Mario Kart. Without inadvertently damaging the person who was ahead, compared to the blue shell from Mario Kart. It provides a boost to the people that are behind. So, they still provide a challenge. Can't remember the specifics. I would have to go look at it in the scenario setup. Oh wow, we are at an hour, so I'm going to wrap up the stream. There's no... Yeah, there is only the AI director who determines when is a good time to die. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been Acularius. This is Caveman2Cosmos, the link in description down in the doobly-doo down below. And if you would like to see more, well, there's Twitch and there's YouTube eventually, so as always, see you there. Have a blast. Godspeed.